a tree frog. It's ordeal, the trial to survive. For the day we see new life. Give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater.
Hey everybody, how's it been? This is Mr. Snake Eater coming back at you with... Ooh, follow the radar in this one. You need it. Like I said, if you don't have the radar, use the scope. Lightens it up a bit, like, watch. Or maybe not. Yeah, it lightens it up.
Snake, this is McDonald Miller. It's been a long time.
Master,
You know,
what do you
I don't like
think here?
McDonald Miller in this
I quit being
game.
a
I liked him better
food
in
instructor, so I
Metal
moved
Gear
out here for
2.
some peace and quiet.
In Metal Gear 2, he would actually give you advice on how to keep playing the
The
game.
Alaskan Scouts.
Have you ever heard
To a new generation.
of a character
Campbell told me
in
about
the game
situation here.
that gives you advice on how to keep playing it?
There's no one I'd rather have in a foxhole than you.
Oh man.
I know lots about survival in a harsh environment. I've lived in Alaska longer than you.
By the way, did you guys know that pop can make you tired? That's one of the things McDonald Miller actually tells you in Metal Gear 2.
141.80.
Anyway, in this game, he's relatively useless. Why? Well, for two reasons. A, he doesn't give you any advice to keep playing. He gives you advice on how to survive in a real war situation. So it's not like, oh, here's plot detail that you guys need to know about.
I moved the Darpa Chief to the cell in the first floor basement.
What about the vent shaft cleaning?
Oh, they just opened the vent covers. They're about to start spraying for rats.
First floor basement ventilation shaft.
Shut those covers as soon as they're done spraying. Also, keep your eye on that woman in the cell. Don't get careless now.
Woman in the cell?
Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, and 2, later on in the game, he is just, yeah. You hear that there's a camera nearby. You might not be able to hear it. Anyway, if you do get caught in this area, just head back to the ventilation system. The alarm will immediately go off.
Press the action button.
Why?
To drop down.
Okay, I was just not in the right spot.
Use the elevator to change floors. There should be a cargo.
Campbell gives you a lot more advice in this game. Shafts are your best friend in this area. Now then, around halfway, if you do not want to get caught, throw another shaft. And we just got thermal. Meet your second best friend. Nah, then where's that guard? That him? No, it's not. There's supposed to be 2 guards here. Is he underneath me? No, it's not showing up on my radar. Not so far either. Anyway, you guys are probably wondering what happened last weekend. It was kind of Hurricane Sandy. I was living in an area where there was said to be power outages, and oh dear gosh, don't tell me. There he is. Now you gotta wait. See what I did there? You guys see that? That is what you call awesome. Okay, yeah, I stopped recording. If you guys were paying attention last week, I uploaded a video about Hurricane Sandy, but it was relatively just high winds, nothing that you don't normally see in the area I live in. There are no power outages here. Anyway, you want to come down here first because, well, yeah, there's no guards here right now. There's never any guards here. Ah, you guys are gonna hate me for that one. Anyway, I'm wrong. You gotta come down here after you get the thing. Anyway, yeah, I did upload a video, but I removed it because of that very reason. Like, nothing happened, really. Let's also save it. Here's some great amazing quotes.
Look at the radar. It's picking up the Darpa Chief. He's the green dot. Hurry and rescue him.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You know, if you annoy her enough, she'll stick her tongue out at you.
Come on, Snake, you can do it.
Yep. Let's see, that's a level 6 door. That will play a role later on. Let's see. Now, is the shaft in here or up there? I can't remember which. If it's not in here, then we just waited about a good minute or so. You know what? I don't really need this on. Take it off! Anyway, I think I'll be recording for a few extra minutes this time around because I didn't show anything last week. Why am I tilting? Oh, that's why. Dang it! Actually, you know what? I think I'll just restart the recording. Seriously, I don't understand. Why can't the start button just do anything? I mean, look at this. And you know what? To prove that it's working. See that? See that? So the start button does literally nothing. It had to be start B or start A. I don't understand that. I really don't. He's just gonna tell you the action button.
Snake.
He actually gets annoying at some points in the earlier on game, but he really is helpful later. In the earlier parts, he's just annoying. This way. Now then, here I think you can get the M9. Another thing you want in this game. Trust me. Just trust me. You guys are gonna like the M9.
Kind of damn cold.
In the original game, this wasn't a cut scene. This was actually just real-time event. You could look down
Boy, oh
there.
boy. That woman
You
is
could
built
literally
all
look
right.
down the vent. It's disgusting, I know. In fact, actually, they replaced a lot of the cutscenes in this game with stuff like that. Looks like it's not here. Ah, where is the M9 on it? Is it in there? Ah, I don't know. The M9's in a different location on each setting. Well, on very easy, you get it in the basement. Like, you get it down there. Actually, I think for very easy, you get it in there. And normal through like hard, you get it in these vents. But I don't know where you get it on extreme. I find it hard to believe that she doesn't notice someone in the vents up there.
Woman. Not him.
I mean, look at that. Isn't that just obvious? Then again, that cutscene kind of makes it look like that she's not really looking up there. Still, I think somebody would notice. There's the M9. I hope. Anyway, here's a little something for you guys. Let's see here. Now where? Now, as you can clearly see, she is down there now. If you leave the vents and come back, you literally do have to leave the vent to do this though. No. I gotta make a right turn to Albuquerque. You know, out of the two games that are harder, I would say MGS1 is easier than MGS2 on Extreme. Mostly due to the fact that if you leave an area, the alert goes off. And you see, she is in her underwear. Or as you can't see, because of censorship, apparently. She is supposed to be in her underwear. Oh, well, I can't even tell what I just got. I wonder how long these cutscenes are. You know, would you guys be driven crazy if I just shut up during all of them? You know, I have actually played all the main series Metal Gear games, like Metal Gear, Metal Gear 2, Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, Metal Gear Solid.
What's your outfit?
Solid 3, Snake Eater.
They sent in here to save your.
Oh, I haven't played Guns of the Patriots yet.
Really?
I've gotta say, I also got no planning to because I don't have a PS3.
You don't look like one of them. In that case, hurry up and get me out of here.
Slow down.
Hey, dude, you do know looks that mean nothing in this kind of business because,
Terrorists?
Do they really?
I mean, in general, you would have to
What are you
just
talking about?
be calm
The terrorists are threatening the
and
White House.
just have to believe them if they're here to save you.
Their demands,
You can't believe that they look good. They're good because that just might be a spy.
Sweet Jesus.
What am I talking about? I have just literally lost track of what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, don't judge people by looks.
Possible.
What was I rambling on about? I don't even remember.
They could launch a nuke.
It's just... wow.
How do they plan to launch? I thought this place was just for the keeping of disconnected warheads. They shouldn't have access to a missile.
That's the official story. Got it?
Ah, this is why I don't like government. The
We were
government.
conducting exercises with a new type of experimental weapon. A truly historical weapon.
What?
Oh,
You know, this game isn't actually that long.
nuclear attack from any place on the
If
face
you
of the
skip
earth.
the cutscenes, it's relatively
Nuclear
pretty
equipped
short.
Walking battle tank.
This would be the third time Snake has dealt with Metal Gear. I believe that is canon. The first game, Metal Gear, where Big Boss is in control about a haven or heaven, however you pronounce it.
Run-ins in the past. So that's the reason.
And then the second time is in Zanzibar Land against his good
Why
friend.
else would I come to a
You'll see him later.
place like this?
Anyway, this would be the third time he's has to dealt with Metal Gear.
Was scrapped.
On the contrary, it's grown into a huge joint project between Armstech and ourselves.
Huh, 2 minutes left. Hope this doesn't short out during the cutscene. Or stop recording during the cutscene. Because there is some information that is needed here. Granted, some of it becomes irrelevant later on in the game.
Rex has fallen into the hands of terrorists.
Rex.
Metal Gear Rex, the code name for the new Metal Gear prototype. They're probably already finished arming the warhead they plan to use with Rex. These guys are pros. They're all experienced in handling and equipping nuclear weapons.
Hey. Shut up in there, will ya?
It's amazing. He said they're all experienced with nuclear weapons. And that guy just thinks of that as nothing. Although this game does get, with the remake of some of its stuff, pretty well, because in the original version, Snake was never on the ceiling. Spoiler alert, I know. A lurk? What's a lurk?
But I thought that all nuclear warheads were equipped with safety measures. Some kind of detonation code that you have to...
Kind of like how they just consider that nothing.
You mean PAL? Yes, of course.
Oh man,
There is
I just remembered some of the bosses in this
setup so that you
game.
need to input 2 different passwords in order to launch the device.
There are 2...
They're relatively,
Yes.
all of them are relatively
Baker knows
easy
one.
except for one.
Baker, the president of Armstech?
That's right. Each of us needs to input...
Wow, just only like 10 more seconds before it might stop recording. Hope it doesn't. Oh, it's gonna stop. Dang. Dang. Dang.
Password.
You talked?
Psycho Mantis can read people's minds. You can't resist.
Okay, I'm gonna have to add in those few
One
seconds
of the
in.
members of Foxhound. He has psychic powers.
Relatively easy seeing how I got all the cutscenes in the game already.
This is bad.
Anyway, he just announced that they know his password and that they just need to get
If they find
the
out
Armtech
Baker's
president
password,
Yes.
in order to launch a nuke.
They'll be able to launch a nuke anytime. But
You see the severity of this
way to
game?
stop the launch.
what?
The card keys.
Card keys?
They were designed by Armstech, the system developers, as an emergency override. Even without the passwords, you can just insert the card keys and engage the safety lock.
And if I do that,
Yes, you can stop the launch.
That card key.
so where are the card keys?
Baker should have them. Listen, you need 3 card keys. There are 3 different slots to put them in. You need to insert a...
It's actually unique. Those cards are unique, pretty much.
Okay, 3 card keys. Do you know where they might be keeping Baker?
Somewhere in the second floor basement.
Second floor basement?
I heard the guards say they moved them into an area that has a lot of electronic jamming.
Any other clues?
You can still use your
They submitted
codec during that area. You just won't be able to call Meryl.
Why don't you look for the areas where the walls are a different...
And there are still no guards down there. The guards don't show up until after the first...
Take
Alright,
this.
is it the first boss fight or the second?
It'll open any level 1 security
You know what?
door.
I am not entirely sure if it would be considered the second or the first.
It works together with your body's own electrical field.
Personal area network, huh?
If it's the second, then the first boss doesn't have health.
As you approach the door's security devices, they'll read the data stored in the card.
Yeah, after the first boss.
Automatically.
The next thing that's gonna come after this is just relatively just an endorsement match.
I'm gonna get you out of here.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
You haven't heard any other way to disarm the PAL, have you? From your bosses or anyone?
No.
Are you sure you haven't heard anything?
I just said no.
So,
You see how long this cutscene is?
plan to give in to the terrorist demands?
That's their problem. It has nothing to do with my orders.
But what about the Pentagon?
Pentagon?
You know, I almost never understood this game when I was younger.
What is it?
I understand it a lot better now.
Huh? What's that? Hey, what happened?
Hey guys, I want you to remember this. I really do. It's gonna come in handy later in the game. Well, it's important information later in the game that... You guys are just gonna be... If anyone's never played the game series before, you're gonna be shocked about about how this actually happened.
Huh. Dead.
Duh. I'm just kidding. You always check to see if someone's dead though. You just never leave them like that. Cause they might still be alive, you know? Like that knockout guard. In our retrospect, if Snake wanted to see if he would come back, he should have checked if he was dead.
Naomi, the chief, what happened?
I don't know. It looked like a heart attack, but...
A heart attack? No. Colonel.
Gotta lay off the donuts, Darpa Chief.
For me.
Absolutely not, Snake. You've got to understand. This counter-terrorist op is security level red. You'll need the highest security clearance to learn the real story.
You want me to believe that you're in charge of this op, but you don't have complete access to the file?
I told you. The Secretary of Defense is in operational control. I'm just here as your support. Snake, we don't have time to debate. Get out.
This game is kind of hard to follow some of this sometimes. Anyway, let's see. I think I'll end on two things. Check to see if there's anything under the floor. And with Mayding's little quote. Never mind. She's not gonna tell us one.
Heart attack right after you saved him. I'm getting a bad feeling about this, Snake. Maybe you should let me save your mission.
Listen. This is one of the few times you wanna truthfully save. Like, you don't need to save throughout the game, but this is one of the times you should. I mean, should. Anyway, let's just keep calling her.
Getting a bad feeling about this, Snake.
Let's see how long it takes. She might not do it because of this, because she's like in worried state though. Nah, she's not gonna do it. She would have done it by now. Oh, I'll probably show it to you in some other file. Anyway, see you next time.
They found out my password.
You talked?
Psycho Mantis can read people's minds. You can't resist.
Psycho Mantis?
One of the members of Foxhound. He has psychic powers.
This is bad.
It's just a matter of time before they get Baker's too.
If they find out Baker's password...